We're going to make our treasure boxes this week. We're going to collect different things from around the house, like scraps of fabric or newspaper or shelf liner, some extra ribbon. Could even use foil, or you could recycle some bubble wrap from the trash. We're going to look at using boxes. We could paint them with some paint. And we could use a big box or an already kind of decorated. Oh, what's this? So I chose an air bud box. I like the size. I like the feel of the box. And I like the fact that it's so white inside. I like that. These are going to be, this is going to be a nice little treasure box. I can hold it in my hand. You can go bigger. I mean, you could go, something like an Amazon box or a decorated box. There's something in here. Look at that. It's a treasure box full of the Kinder toys from Easter. So one of my daughters, my youngest daughter, was collecting them. Isn't that cute? So something like that. So we're going to get started now, and basically you're going to take the paint and you're going to slide the boxes against each other. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to spread the paint, if you can see it, by mushing it together. All right. Spread some. Paint the sides. Try to cover the little gizmos. Just kind of mush it around. You'll get a look like this. Hi, it's Miss Norris. We're working on our boxes. This one we painted earlier today, except I lost the footage, so we had to paint more. So we painted more. It's fine. But these over here are still wet, so we're going to leave those alone. I'm going to work on the box a bit more. Art's a process. Doesn't happen all at once. So there's some parts of the box, I don't know if you can see, that are like shadowy and have other things on them. So what I want to do is I really like how the white is showing through. I like it. I wish I had put more yellow because I really like how the yellow is on this box, but that's okay too. I can always go back and put more paint on it. So that's what's happening with that. So I like the white. So I liked this fabric. It's actually bandage fabric. We had lots of it from we had an animal, my dog had some issues, and anyway, it's leftover, so it's always nice to use stuff. I want to kind of wrap it in different places. So I got the hot glue gun going. Remember, hot glue guns are hot glue guns for a reason. They're hot, and this one, there's hot temperature glue guns and cool temperature glue guns, and this one happens to be a hot temperature one. So, anyway, that's what's going on with this. I kind of like how it's looking there. And remember I told you I really like this kind of fabric. It's not really fabric, it's the things that the garlic comes in. Matter of fact, this one says organic fresh garlic. And I think this is something else. What does this say? Elephant garlic. So, anyway, I like the bold colors. I like the texture of the fabric. Things like that. Not liking how this cuts though. So we might have to just, oh, there it goes. Maybe it's the scissors. Maybe it's the operator, who knows. Anyhow, again, we're gonna put some more hot glue on here. I wanted to play some music, but my Alexa app is having issues. And that's okay. I'm not sure where I'm going to go with these. We're going to let this, maybe that's, I want to put one more thing here. A little bit of white there. Remember, everyone's box is going to be different. You're going to pick your favorite colors. You're going to decide whether you want to wrap it in paper or foil or wrapping paper, you know, whatever you have available. You know, it doesn't have to be, it's not going to be like everyone else's. So, I think I'm going to cut these. And I think I'm going to cut these. I may even do a little Mod Podge on them. That way they stay down. And I like that so far. I'm going to leave that for a minute, give it some time to process. And so I have a lot of shadows here from the advertisement for the earbuds. So I'm going to do something where I'm covering those up. And even if you like them, you don't have to cover them up either. So, I mean, if you like that shadow and think that's really cool for you, or you're just done, you're over it, then you're done, you know. I'm going to put a little white on here. So, and another thing about art that no one really thinks about is, you know, it's a process. Right now, it's taken me all day to figure out this program and figure out what I want to do with this box, and you know, now it's 9 o'clock at night, you know, and sometimes that's the best time to create. I know for kids, not necessarily, you know, you want them in bed by a certain time, but there's some older students out there. You might find, you know, it's very relaxing to feel accomplished doing a project and then be done, you know. You know, some people are night people, you know, especially in this time of, you know, of our schedules are all different. You know, many of us are sleep. You know, I don't have to commute anymore, so you know, there's that process where, you know, I don't have that time that I have to devote to driving, so I can do other things, which is nice. Anyway, I'm thinking I want to do a little bit more here. I'm going to put a little bit more glue on it to stick it down. Remember, it's hot, so you want to maybe touch it with something else, or have mom and dad help you with the hot glue, and you can just point. Mom and dad are, if they're like to be helpful, that's always good. I'm just playing with the folds of the fabric. The type of fabric it is, it's soft, so it's very pliable and amenable where it wants to go. Let's see. I'm going to do something with this over here. I'm going to work on that. Put some drops of glue on there. And then I have to work really quickly because the glue will do its glue thing. It will solidify and not. So if that happens, and sometimes that does happen, you can, if you're good with, oh, oops, okay, stuff like that happens, you can peel it off. So anyway, that was fun. All right, and what else? Let's do one more. I'll get the hot glue off my pants. All right, that was fun. Remember, these are going to be like little treasure boxes, and it'll be fun to play with. So, and I want to do one more thing right here, and I think maybe I want to fold this a little bit. Put it over here. Remember, this is all, you don't have to really, you can really work on what you like and what interests you and textures, and then move on, you know. And then don't really have an exact plan. It's okay. Okay, oopsie, that's why you're not supposed to touch it with your fingers. So anyway, all right, let's try that again. And I think I like it just like that. All right, so we're going to stop right here with that stage. Hi, the next step is the glue has dried and we have the fabric on here. Now this is going to be the bottom of the box and this is going to be the top. I want to put a little Mod Podge, or what I have here is some clear varnish, painter's varnish. I couldn't find my Mod Podge, went down the garage, couldn't find it. So I'm going to paint over the fabric with this clear varnish so it can dry overnight. And if you don't have like a clear varnish, and try to use an old, brush that you don't want, if it doesn't come back, it doesn't come back. If you don't have like a clear varnish or Mod Podge, Elmer's glue works. Elmer's glue works really well. Or, you could actually, clear nail polish. That could work. That could be fine. A piece of fabric that fell off. I thought I had hot glued it and I didn't. So I'm actually going to just put that on. Anyway, I like the textures of the fabric. I like how they make their own organic lines. And you can see how it's doing its own thing. This is the bottom of the box. Yeah, this is the bottom of the box. So I don't want it to be on the sides at all because I want to be able to close the box. And just trying to really flatten it because it's the, it's the part of the box that's going to be on the table or so. And you don't need a lot on there, you just need enough to coat. So that's going to be the bottom of the box. We're going to let that dry overnight, so we'll see that tomorrow. So we'll leave that over there. You could get fancy and actually put more stuff on if you wanted. I'm just not sure because I know in the next step, what did I do with these? Oh, I wanted to decorate with the Sharpies, so I wanted to do that. So I'm not sure what I want to do yet, so it's good to give it some time to process overnight. Like, just get inspiration. And why I was digging down in the basement, because I don't know if it's all artists or just me. I just have piles of stuff, of things. And what's been nice about the pandemic is, you clean out your piles, you start putting things away. It's been nice cleaning out, the kitchen silverware drawer. Those things matter, So anyhow, I've been finding different things. So when I did go down in the garage, I found this. Just love that color, don't you? I love that color blue. So I was very excited. So I was thinking I might do the inside of the box with some blue polka dots. Why not? So anyway, this is having its own little, creating its own little design, the fabric with the varnish. So I'm really liking that. So we're gonna let, like I said, what's nice about this painter's varnish, and this is old, this is super old, is it doesn't smell, whereas Mod Podge does. Mod Podge has that really stinky smell. But some of us really like it. So, it's one of those things. All right, so that's the next step. So that's the top of the box. That's gonna dry overnight. And I'm going to leave that there. And this is the bottom of the box. That's going to dry again overnight, separate so they don't stick together. And we're still waiting for the other box because I had to paint another box. We're waiting for those to dry. All right, so that's the next step, and we'll finish tomorrow because art's a process and it takes time. All right. Bye. Good night. Work out. Well, I thought I'd stopped, but this just happened. I thought, while I'm here, I'm going to cut some of those mesh bags up that I really like and give it a little bit of varnish. So I did that. I'm just going to do one more coat because you can add more coats while they're wet. Varnishes. And I'm not one to want it perfectly perfect. That's just the way, that's just my style. Everybody has their own style and you should go with it and shouldn't really question it. I mean, I also like all these little things that fell off. You can kind of sprinkle them on and see where they stick. So that to me is a lot of fun. I like the randomness of it. It's just the way I am. Some people like it very specific and have a laid out plan and they sketch it out ahead of time, and I think that's great. Sometimes I can do that and sometimes it just changes. Even if you made an exact plan, maybe the fabric didn't work out or the something didn't work out. So, I mean, that's what happens in life. Things don't work out. Like, you just have to think out of the box. I think the one thing that we all have going forward is that we've all learned to be flexible and learn new skills and find a different new normal, which is all good as long as we all come out of this together. So anyway, I like the different colors. I like how that's looking. Just gonna give a couple more dabs of varnish on this, and it's gonna be super fun to look at in the morning. And this is the cover, and we have these little things on the side. I just think I want to do a little bit of green or blue. The cat just came in, so I was getting a little distracted. The cat has not gotten used to us being at home all day long, so it's been a learning experience for him. So anyway, let me just get this down on here. Hey Scoots, what you doing? How are you? I know, it's bedtime and I'm feeling inspired. And that's what happens sometimes, you feel inspired at different times of the day, and that's just the way it goes. So, anyhow, oops, I just stuck my fingers in it. Oh well, that's all right. We're washing our hands all the time anyway. So I really like this blue. Kind of Syracuse colors, right? Just going to put a little blue down on the side, and looks like we're good to go here. There's green on the other side, so we're going to let that dry overnight, and this is really it. Done for tonight. We'll look at it tomorrow, and then we'll proceed to look at the inside of the box. How do I stop this? Hi, I'm going to do the inside of the box. I decided I could let the box stand a certain way. So I'm going to paint the inside of the box blue. I like the contrast of the blue and the orange. It looks like the blue's kind of thin, so it probably may need a second coat. So, and I just went ahead and used the same brush that I used the glaze with. The glaze is clear. It's not going to hurt the color of the blue. So, and oops. Sometimes that happens. Oh well. I'm just going to paint the inside of the box this nice sky ocean blue. Love it. Actually, I love all the brush marks. Do you see? I like all the brush marks. Oh, and I have a little blue on the side. That's okay. That's all right. Got a little on my thumb. It's all right. We're going to be brushing washing our hands before long. So just going to put some blue on the inside. Oop. Anyway, making noise. So here we go. We're doing a little blue on the inside, covering up. I do like the white, but that's okay. I like how the white comes through with the brush marks. I think I like the texture that it creates. So I may be very happy with this tomorrow, or I may want to do something else. We'll see. Again, art's a process. It's a reflection of what you're thinking at the time, and then you move on, you know. So that's what we're doing. We're painting the inside of the box, and there we go. And it's dry here, so I'm going to leave it here to dry. So we have that one. That's dry. We have a little blue on my thumb. And what do I want to do? I want to see. It's nice about, oh, I like that too. So I just wiped the blue off the side, and it kind of gave a little, oh, I like that. So I'm going to get a little creative here and let it kind of go. And, oop, it fell over. It's okay. I think I'm just going to maybe see if I can do it on the side a little bit over here, just to give it a continuity, you know. I kind of like that. And I have a little blue on my fingers, so we're going to leave it like that. Am I going too fast? All right, so we are all set to leave them for the night, and they will be good, and we will see them tomorrow. Alrighty. So the box fell over into where I put the blue paintbrush, and I like what happened. So. Hi. Gotten down to the end of the project and dried overnight, so you can see where we put some of the extra material here, and we varnished, and it's on the front. You can feel it, and also on the side here. It's still a little wet inside. I do like all the striations from the brush marks. I like all that. I think that looks good. It's still a little wet. This is the bottom. I kind of really like the bottom. And it can fit on top. So I'm pretty happy with that. I ended up making 2 boxes because I lost the video for this box. You know. So I do like these little black shadowy things, but you gotta love Sharpies. One of my favorites. Sharpies can do so much, you know. So what's fun about Sharpies is once you've painted, you can really kind of go over something. So I saw this little, remember this was an earbud box, so these showing like the earbuds below. It looks a little dark and shadowy, so I thought, you know, that'll give me a chance to just kind of like, you know, make some dots and have some fun. And the other thing, there's some lines here I could fill in just to give it some idea. And what I also like about Sharpies, and tell the kids, go where the white is. So by creating something, sorry, I'm trying to get the light to work the right way. There we go. You can go where the white is and fill in with the Sharpie. And that way it gives them a place to color. And if we have a hard time seeing, you could feel too. If you'd painted or put fabric on, you could fill in where the white is. I chose a smaller box because it's just easier to complete the project with a smaller box. I think you can choose whatever size box you want for, you know, what you're looking for, what you're collecting, or just in general. There's so many things you can do with boxes. So, and for this set of boxes, I really like the white inside. So I'm going to leave it white. I'm going to look at the other box here. There's some, and don't forget, probably in some place along here, you really should write your name, what you're doing with it. I mean, you can always do it later. So I like the fact that there's some writing here. I'm just going to go over it with the blue Sharpie and give it its own little design. And then again, you know, you can go where the white is and give it its own little, like how it, the blue and the orange. The hot and the cold. I do like some of the white, so I just might just draw a line down there, maybe some lines. You know, no need to get fancy, just follow the shapes you've already made, which is kind of cool, you know. Let's see, I like that turquoise color, so you want to make sure you add in that turquoise color. I don't want to forget that. You can always go back and add more. It can be a project that you keep adding to. Maybe I'll want to put some fabric in, or I was thinking of reinserting the earbud foam for whatever I was going to collect. Especially if you're going to collect little tiny things, it might be nice to have a place to put the little tiny things. So those are my thoughts on the boxes. I think whatever you come up with will be your box. Whatever fabrics, materials, things like that. You will find what you like to do. And it can be a work in progress. It could, you know, could take the next couple weeks. So, thanks for joining me on this experiment. And I can't wait to see everybody on Wednesday. We're doing WebEx lessons. Gym is on Tuesday, tomorrow, and art is on Wednesdays, and music on Thursdays. So looking forward to seeing everybody.